They saw the government was bringing drugs into their community. And they stood up. They said enough is enough. Well, guess what? I'm tired. I am. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing death on TV. I'm tired of my brothers and sisters on the ground crying. Your brothers and sisters on the floor.
Amen.
Woo!
Amen.
Because guess what? I'm black. I'm black in a white community. I am. But guess what? Your brothers and sisters, yours, were told they couldn't do this. I didn't serve my country to be told no. It's not my constitutional right for someone to tell me I can't say that a black person's lives matter. No! That's not what America is about. People have died for this country. Died. George Floyd died. Crying like a dog on the ground. That's not right. It's not. And
That's
guess
why
what?
we're here, because that's not right.
It's not. It's wrong. And it happens time and time and time again. And the world looks the other way.
We're not looking away no more, Grandma.
Oh, we're
They said Martinsville was a sundown town. I still can't. I still can't. You can ask Murphy. You can ask half the people behind me. I heard all the stories. All the stories. I've been here 14 years. National Guard and back, good and bad. But guess what? It's not a sundown time no more. Woo! No, the sun's up. Sun's up. Guess what, Martinsville? We here. We here. And this is where a new legacy starts. Because you know what? There's kids out here. Graduates. Everybody from every walk of life is here today. And y'all are going to be salvation. Because black people can't do it alone. We can't. It's impossible. So I want to thank y'all for coming out. Right now, I got some real powerful words from one of Martinsville locals, Peyton.
George Floyd cried out for his deceased mother while 3 police officers kneel on his back and neck suffocating him. Breonna Taylor, asleep in bed before she was shot 8 times after police officers came into her home with a no-knock warrant for a case that she had no relation to. No officers involved with her murder have been charged. Yvette Smith, former caretaker, opened the door to the police that she had called after failing to calm a dispute between 2 men, and was shot 3 seconds later with the officer's personal AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. Her killer was cleared of all charges. Oscar Grant, 22 years old, on his way home from a party, and he was pinned, unarmed, and begging to not get tased when he was shot in the back. His killer was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. Anthony Hill, black U.S. Air Force veteran, with 7 medals and PTSD from his service, shot twice during a mental health crisis in which he had been stripped completely naked. His killer was not convicted of any murder or manslaughter charges. Trayvon Martin, 17 years old, shot and killed when walking home from a convenience store. And a neighborhood watchman saw his skills and assumed he was dangerous. His killer was not convicted. Philando Castile, shot close range 7 times in front of his girlfriend and her 4-year-old daughter while being pulled over. His killer was not convicted of any charges. Oxiana Jefferson, her 8-year-old nephew when a police officer shot her within 4 seconds of arriving. Her killer is yet to be convicted. Tamir Rice, playing with a toy gun in the park when a police officer shot him twice within a 2-second encounter. He was 12. His killer was not convicted of any charges. Eric Garner, his last words were, "I can't breathe. I 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 can't breathe." Before he was strangled to death by police. His murderer was not charged nor convicted. Say their names. The unjust murders of black men, women, and children did not start with George Floyd, but it will end now. I was searching for something, anything Martin Luther King Jr. said to quote. But every single quote I found would fit perfectly. You would think that's a good thing, that it's good, that I can use such an inspirational person's words to get my points across. But honestly, it sounded me. Martin Luther King Jr. was a spokesperson and leader for the civil rights movement of 1955. That was 65 years ago. 65 years and we still need to hear the words he said. 65 years and his message still needs to be brought up for people to relearn. 65 years and his words are still not clear. I thought after 65 years we would have made it farther than that. After 65 years we shouldn't have to be reminded of the racial discrimination is wrong. After 65 years we should already know. Movement was started in 2013. In the 21st century, we should not have to be fighting against hatred and violence and racism. We should not have to worry about police brutality and racial inequality. Yet we do. We should not have been taught that discrimination is stop being an issue. In school, we are taught about the hardships African American people went through, but that hurrah, America's discrimination is over. But we scroll through our news feeds and we see that when what we are told isn't true. We see men gasping for air, children bleeding out, and women being beat, all for the same crime of having more melanin than the people killing them. Not only do we see the truth among society, but we see it as normal. Police brutality has become normal. Death has become normal. Watching police officers execute people without judge nor jury has become normal. The trained police officer panicking and pulling the trigger while the civilians are expected to stay calm and collected has become normal. Hearing about a new police officer murdering an African American person has become normal. Parents used to complain about video games desensitizing their children, but now they watch in silence as black people are gunned down in front of their own 2 eyes.
Yes.
This isn't something that we should see every day. This isn't the society we want our kids to grow up in. A society where black lives are seen as less than human. Why should we be forced to argue that they are human? You can see it as clear as day. They aren't your dinner table debate. They are people, they matter, Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
By the way, in saying Black Lives Matter, we are not trying to diminish other races. We're not saying only Black Lives Matter. What we are saying is that the black community is in pain. They can't walk home without worrying if they look suspicious. They can't go shopping for a t-shirt without being battled by a security worker that decided they looked like a thief. They can't grab their wallets without someone claiming, "I felt threatened," while they are 6 feet under. Their lives need to be put in focus. All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. For those who can't understand this, let me put this in a different light. If a house were on fire and you saw a firefighter rushing to put it out, would you stop him and tell him that your house matters too? That he should put out the water on your house? Maybe stop and water the flowers? Or would you let him do his job? Because you see the tragedy that is happening right in front of your eyes and you want it stopped. Because you don't want anyone to feel that pain. Still don't get it? Think about this. If your child just died and you were reading their eulogy talking about how special they are, and then you hear a voice coming from the back, all kids are special. Yes, we know that isn't the point. The point is this kid was special. Take that and apply it to this movement. We know that all lives matter. We know, but that isn't the point. That has never been the point. You see that white kid on TikTok singing the N-word as if it has no hate, no history, no consequences. let my brothers, sisters, and siblings of color have the same rights as me.
Tell him, Peyton.
Speaking of which, how do you want us to address that? Because you don't want us kneeling, you don't want us raising our fists in unity, you don't want us marching, you don't want us donating, you don't want us voting or educating the kids or signing petitions or quote unquote rioting. So what do you want us to do? Oh, yeah, nothing.
What? They want us to be quiet.
You don't want us to change the racist system because, let's be honest, it benefits you. But don't all lives matter? Or did you just mean the white ones? Black people have been leading uprisings since at least 1954. Have you heard of the Civil Rights Movement, Montgomery bus boycott, Stonewall riots? Do you know that the first person killed in the Revolutionary War was a black man named Crispus Attucks? Because I didn't. Did you know the first black woman to refuse her seat? Because did you know Rosa Parks was the first black woman to refuse her seat? Because I didn't.
Woo!
Did you know the American schools have been whitewashing their history? Because I did.
Amen. We've got to change all the books that these kids are taught so they learn the truth. Yes.
Us kids might have it easier than you did because we have the internet. But do you realize that we have to challenge everything we're taught because we realize that it's taught with a bias in favor of white people? Do you realize that now the internet exists? You do too. You have the tools. You have the tools too. You can't keep living under the rock you made to protect yourself from the truth. You can't keep hiding behind the lies that the school system taught you. Because I'm not sure about you, but our teachers taught us that Wikipedia was evil, but Christopher Columbus was a good man, and racism is gone, thanks MLK. By the way, adults need to keep learning. Daily. You need to listen to people of color and accept it. I understand that I am white, but I am here speaking today because I refuse to listen. Because you refuse to listen to people of color. And kids are never too young to understand race. In fact, if you don't show them people of color at a young age, they make assumptions, not based on their character, but based on the fact that they don't look like their caregivers. Kids need to learn about race, not just in February, and not just the pretty parts like Martin Luther King Jr., but race is a fact. Race exists. You cannot erase it. I don't see color. I don't see where that is respectful. Don't say you don't see color because you are saying you don't see them. Tell your siblings of color that you see them. You see their color and you respect that. You honor them. Because black people are the ones that built this free world. But we didn't include them in our American dream. We need to acknowledge that black people hurt and white people are most, if not all, the reason why. Before I move on to my next topic, I need to reiterate how important it is to vote. I know this is a little off topic, and no, you need to not just vote in the presidential elections, in all of them. Vote for your mayor, your sheriff, your judge. I'm not sure who all you can vote for, but I'm almost positive that you don't either. So do your research before you vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for because you need to figure it out. What the most important topics are for you and who lines up with your views on them. And don't skip voting because you don't think it will make a difference, because it will. Plus you will get a cool sticker. We all want cool stickers. So please, if you are able, please register to vote. Registering to vote also gets you selected for jury duty, which can help us keep the right people in and out of prison. Getting back on topic, posting a black square in your Instagram feed before sitting back, wiping the sweat off your brow so that you can say you helped sounds incredibly difficult, I know. But did you know that there's actually a phrase for that? It's performative action. That means when you do something that seems like it's for a cause, but it's only for social appearance. Then while yes, you can post that black square and still be a good ally, if that's all you do, that isn't the case. To be a good ally, you need to spread awareness. Donate, cite petitions, vote, support black creators, and most importantly, listen. Listen to black voices and black I try to use my white privilege, which does exist for any folks out there wondering, to help dismantle the racist systems. Within my home, within my school, within my community, I try to amplify your voices because I know I can never understand. I can never understand your oppression. White people call it oppression when they can't say the N-word. Some call it oppression when they get called racist because I have black friends, I can't be racist. Well, white folks, I hate to break it to you, but we are not oppressed. White people are the oppressors. And as a person who happens to be white, I will never claim to know your experiences, or your pain, or your life. As a person who happens to be white, I admit that my siblings may cause you pain. I understand that my family tree bears strange fruit for you. That's a song reference. I understand that you may not trust me because of our past, and I apologize. I'm sorry that white people never said sorry. I'm sorry that we still haven't done enough. And I'm sorry that I don't know if we can. Because there's so much wrong with our society because of corrupt white people. In fact, many issues are happening again. There are very similar protests in the civil rights movement and today. The Montgomery bus boycott and the economic blackout happening on July 4th to 7th were both started to affect the financial part of the government. They began on the premise of, we make up a lot of this population, and we give you money, we give you a lot of money, we're going to stop. Harlem Riot, as you could probably tell by the name, a riot, was a riot. It began after a 15-year-old African-American boy named James Powell was shot and killed by a police lieutenant named Thomas Gilligan. This was during the Summer of Riots. A summer of riots, if you didn't hear that correctly. But no, riots don't change anything. But they changed America. With a tiny war that barely anyone has heard of, it was called the Revolutionary War. Beginning on April 19, 1775 and ending on September 30, 1783, that is 8 years of blood, bullets, and guns. Oh yeah, and fires, and property damage. The Loyalists hated that. I'm almost sure that they hated the property damage that was caused because the revolutionaries didn't like the fact that their own government was ignoring their voices. The Boston Massacre was 5 years before the Revolutionary War. The Boston Tea Party was 3 years after the massacre. The revolutionaries often protested by vandalizing property and antagonizing shop owners. If you are proud of this, then why are you proud of us? The first LGBTQ plus pride was a riot too, against police brutality, started by a gay, gender-fluid Latina named Sylvia Rivera, and a black drag queen named Marsha P. Johnson. Remember when I told you that people, Remember when I told you that people of color led many revolutions? Black, brown, and indigenous people have done so much for the queer community, and yet they are only represented by white teens. There's so much racism in the queer community, and why? We were only given the right to marry during a black man's presidency. Those complaining that Pride is canceled this year don't know the roots. We aren't canceled. The parties and prices are canceled. This year, we are celebrating like the original. This year, we are protesting. When you advocate for black lives, don't forget your LGBTQ plus siblings of color. Don't forget your disabled siblings of color. Don't forget your immigrant siblings of color. Don't forget your non-Christian siblings of color. Don't forget your non-English speaking siblings of color. Don't forget your siblings of color after Black Lives Matter stops being a trend. Because when you say Black Lives Matter, you need to mean all Black Lives Matter always.
Sorry for the civilization, guys.
Now I want to share something with you that my school had shared with me. Joe also mentioned this. Martinsville was a sundown town. And maybe we aren't anymore. But considering that I didn't even know that fact until Friday, 11:34 p.m., while writing this very sentence, I'm not going to make any guesses. Next, I'm going to say a name that I hadn't heard about until the same time. Carol Marie Davis Jenkins. If you don't know her, she was a 20-year-old African-American woman who was murdered by two white men with a screwdriver in the year 1968. Her murder was left unsolved for 33 years.
Shannon Cole, our former mayor, was the one who streamlined it to get things going to where they can find the person who did that.
Amen.
An arrest was finally made in 2002, 2 weeks later, and his accomplice was never found. I'm sharing this information with you because I've never been more disappointed or angry with my schools. I have lived here my entire life, but I learned this 2 days ago. Not only are our schools whitewashing history, they are leaving out majorly important events. I knew Martinsville had a history with racism, but I didn't know it was like this. The woman who helped me with this speech told me that I should write about how these things make me feel. At first I was worried because I didn't want to make this about me. Then I realized that she wouldn't have told me to do this if that's what would happen. So, here. I feel guilty. I feel guilty that I didn't know this. I feel guilty that I wasn't taught this in school. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the people who don't let hate get to them. I am numb. I am numb to so many deaths. That is far too many deaths to be numb to. I am scared. I am scared that these peaceful protests will kill more than they will save. And I am angry. I am angry for all the lives that have been stolen, ripped away from such young souls. I am sad. I am sad that I can't do more, but I am proud. I am proud that despite all of the murder and chaos and violence, despite it all, people have found a community in each other. I have never been more proud to join the movement. Before I end this, I would like to thank my friend Elijah Craig. I had originally asked him for help, ideas, opinions, but he came to me with more than I could ask for. He helped show me problems I didn't ever even think about. He educated me on things I didn't know about. He made sure I didn't leave a stone unturned. And with that, together we say, for everyone, dear America, let us breathe.
That was awesome. Lengthy, but really, really awesome.
You did great.
Yes, she did.
We're going to do a moment of silence for George Floyd. If you are physically able, I would like you to lay on the ground face down. If you're not, you can stand. And 46 seconds. It's my face, man. I didn't do nothing seriously, man. Please. Please. Please, I can't breathe. Please, man. Please, somebody. Please, man. I can't breathe. Just get up. I can't breathe. Please. I can't breathe. Shit.
We have more people coming in now.
I will. I can't move. Mama. I can't.
Thank you.
My stomach hurts. My neck hurts. Everything hurts. Some water or something. Please. Please. I can't breathe, officer. Don't kill me. They're gonna kill me. Come on, man. I can't breathe.
So there's a George Floyd sign with a No Black Lives Matter sign.
Please.
Okay.
Please, I can't
It says justice for Floyd. And then it says BLM marked out equals hate. I can't tell what their message is. All day exercise, something. I can't tell what it says. Sorry, guys. So, if you're just tuning in, this is live in downtown Martinsville, Indiana. There is a peaceful protest going on here at the square. Right now is a moment of silence for George Floyd. The woman with the megaphone asked everybody to lay down face flat if they could. I am here to document. Talked to them about that earlier. They understand. These people are laying face down for the time that George Floyd did before he lost his life. She reiterated all of the words that he said at the times he said them. Car says, "We love you." So it's really awesome that, you know, more people are supportive than not, for sure. Very powerful speech earlier at the beginning of this video. If you're just tuning in, by a teenager. She had 6 pages and plenty more to say. But please, later, once this uploads, go back to the beginning. Check out those speeches and words given to us by Joe Thomas, the organizer of this protest. He's put a lot of work into this. Small turnout, nothing like Bloomington. Biggest fear is agitators coming in, turning this into an unpeaceful thing. And down over here, on this corner and another corner, it's just a lot of veterans that are here protecting their memorials. So Sarah will be here soon, and we'll continue filming live for all of you that are interested. I can't breathe.
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter.
No justice.
Justice.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Black lives
Black
matter.
lives matter.
These guys are the people who are supposed to protect us. Black lives matter.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Jeff, if you look over there at that truck, I can't tell what their message is, but it's not looking good.
I see
Yeah, thank you, motorcycle.
Alright guys, the sound's gonna be going a little crazy here and there throughout the day, just like everywhere we've been in the past week. We have a lot of motorcycles here, which I know plenty of people in motorcycle groups, plenty of peaceful in motorcycle groups. A lot of these guys are veterans. A lot of them are just here, not as oppositionals. Woo! Yeah!
But guess what? We here! So before I went to basic, it wasn't like an instinctive thing. I answered that call. My country needed me. I answered that call. But guess what y'all did today? Y'all answered my call. Guess what? I really want to thank y'all for coming out. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to hit all these corners. All of them.
Yeah.
The 4 corners of the square. Guess what? That's ours. That's ours today.
Yes.
And guess what? Today's Sunday. Sunday is a big deal in a lot of religions. I don't care what religion you are. You my brother and my sister today. Sunday's a big day. George is smiling on us today.
Yes. Yes.
I'm smiling at y'all. I know I got this frown, but I'm smiling at y'all today because guess what? Y'all answered that call.
Yes.
Because we can't change your home.
No.
We can't change things that's on TV.
No.
You can't change playing Fortnite.
No.
You can't change. Because guess what? Coming here, doing what you got to do, showing up. Because tomorrow's Monday. And guess what tomorrow we're going to do? We're going to get to work. Woo! We're going to get to work. Because guess what? Some of y'all out here can change what's going on. It may not be, this community needs love. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of hate. From what? From stuff that never happened, that never affected you. A girl running around selling Bible, preaching the word of God, you take her out the game? For what? What does that prove? George Floyd was at the store picking up groceries. They took him out the game for what? He wasn't doing nothing. He had money. He was a member of society. He was doing stuff for kids in his community, and they took him out the game.
Yes.
The news won't put him up there, but I swear, when his daughter said, "My daddy changed the world,"
Yeah.
you right, little girl, your daddy did.
Yeah.
You right. But guess what? Today, and for the rest of my life, we your vanguard, because that's not gonna happen again.
Yes.
Thanks, Luke.
I got a lot of brothers and sisters in Indianapolis right now protecting stuff. I love them to death. They pulled me out at my darkest time. And a lot of them, they can't speak. Because guess what? The government won't let them.
Sarah's
Guess what?
here.
They can't tell me no. I got on in October. I put this uniform on every day and walk the streets. Because guess what? I did my part. And guess what? Y'all doing your part.
Luke says hi.
This is for Martinsville. Because Martinsville wanted to speak. Because Martinsville said, no, we're not a sundown town. We're not.
No.
It's some bad people out there, but guess what? We gonna try to change their minds the right way. Woo! Yeah. The right way. Because guess what? We don't want no drama. This is not what this is about. There's already too much loss of life. Too many people have lost their life. Why?
Thank you, Justin.
We all punch a 40-hour clock, and if you don't, you will soon. We all got bills to pay. Because I'm black, am I different?
No.
About 70 years ago, I was half a person. We weren't born free. In America, we weren't born free. We were born into a stereotypes. Because guess what? Nobody really knows black people. Have you ever stopped? If you know me and you hungry, my door always open.
It's a small crowd.
You need some gas money to get to work in 5 you didn't cry when that man was on the ground, if you didn't have a little bit of anger, if you didn't say, no, this is not right, then you're wrong. Plain as day, you're wrong. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is America. I wear this flag on my shoulder proudly. Proudly. Because guess what? I will die for each and every one of you. That's what I was taught. That's what my country taught me. That's what the infantry stands for. You follow us into battle. Because we know how to get it done. That's why I'm here. How y'all feeling? Y'all good?
Proud of you. Proud of you. Proud to be here.
A lot of y'all I've known, to be honest, like 40, I'm gonna say 40%. There's a lot of faces I haven't seen here in a while. There's a lot of love that showed up here today that gives me hope. Because you know what? There are good parents here. There are. There are good parents. But the thing that we need to get out of Martinsville is fear.
Yes.
What happened to your neighbors? What happened to being there for each other? Because guess what? This is our town.
That's right.
And a lot of them didn't want us to be here. But to be honest, I cannot blame our veterans for being over there. I can't blame the dude with the AR for being over there. I can't blame nobody for running around thinking we about to get crazy. But we're not. But it's what the media shows you. It's the narrative.
Amen.
It's the stigma that they're putting on this because they don't want it to get bigger than what it is. But I'm gonna let you know what it is. It's change. And they don't want it. They see it coming.
Right.
They don't want it. Trump doesn't want it. Trump doesn't want it. Because in his eyes, we're half a person. Now, I don't know y'all political views. I'm not trying to make it political. But for me, it makes it seem like it don't matter. This matters. Black people matter because we live. We're no different. The sad fact of reality is, there was a scientist, I can't quote his name right now. He spent his life's work was to prove that an African American brain and a Caucasian brain were the same. His life's work was to prove that we're the same. It's documented. All right, guys, I'm gonna take like 15. The New York, Black Lives Matter.
Alright guys, I think what we're gonna do here now. Hi! We're gonna go ahead and take a break as well. I'm gonna come back with a part 3 here pretty soon. We're gonna see where people are going, if everybody's gonna stay in like, you know, one group, march around, take all 4 corners in smaller groups, things of that nature. So Sarah just got here through the speech, and we're gonna get together, collaborate, and we'll see you soon for the 13 people watching. We do appreciate it. All right. So hey, you guys take care. We'll be back with part 3 soon. We'll see ya. Bye.